Hello classmates, my name is Matthew Rackliffe and today I will be doing my persuasive speech on why marijuana should be legalized in the United States. First off, many people suffer from medical conditions and disorders that require painkillers. Maybe those painkillers are not the best way to go for relieving pain. Medical marijuana would actually be a safer and better way for them to ease the pain. Here are the things I will be talking to you about today. Legalizing marijuana would aid people suffering from medical disorders. Criminals would end up losing a lot of money. Police would save money, and taxing it would give the government a lot more money. First, I'm going to talk about how marijuana can help people suffering from medical disorders and diseases. It gives relief to patients suffering. According to Chris Lodekar, there are 24.8 million people eligible to take medical marijuana in the United States. However, 730,000 people are currently taking it. There are currently 18 states that have a legal market for selling marijuana. Those states above them, Colorado, Washington, Montana, Oregon, and Connecticut, being the last state just inducted in 2012, was our states that are upon those 18 states that actually have the legal market. Colorado, unlike the other states, actually have a bigger supply, which is they give a month's supply, unlike just the other states giving ounces for months. They say that 14 more states will be actually joining upon the 18 and be selling medical marijuana by 2017. It also says that medical marijuana is a $1.5 billion market that may quadruple by the year 2018. It is currently available in those 18 states, and for conditions such as muscular dystrophy, cancers, terminal illnesses, and seizure disorders that can apply to get medical marijuana. However, other medical illnesses which may require painkillers do not allow marijuana for medical use. Why is that when statistics show that many FDA-approved drugs are more dangerous than marijuana is? According to statistics, reading the dangers of marijuana versus the dangers of 17 other FDA-approved drugs from the period of January 1997 until June of 2005, there was 0 primary deaths caused by marijuana compared to over 10,000 for the other FDA-approved drugs, which to me I think is just huge numbers. The numbers don't lie ever. As for being ruled a secondary cause of death, there were only 279 compared to 1,679 of those for the same FDA-approved drugs. Some of those drugs are very known, such as Ritalin, Adderall, Viagra, some that are used for vomiting, antipsychotics, and some even used for muscle relaxants. Now that I have given you something to think about regarding the use of marijuana, I'm going to talk to you about why legalizing it would be better. Legalizing marijuana takes it away from the criminals and gangs who are selling it. Why would you want gang members selling marijuana and the illegal distribution of it when you can easily just go down to a store or a medical marijuana shop and purchase it at your own convenience? It's a lot safer and the police won't hassle you all the time. Marijuana is usually have a way of getting their hands on it. If anybody wants to get their hand on marijuana, like the likelihood of them doing that is nearly over 50% because everybody knows somebody that can get their hands on it. Legalizing it will stop the smuggling of it into our country and force out the underground money being made from it doing so. Basically, with that is there's a lot of smuggling into the country of illegal drugs, marijuana being upon the highest. Stopping and actually legalizing this would make it so there would be no need for smuggling and the government would take control of it. When criminals and gangs have less money, they're less likely to purchase such things as guns and stuff. Now, my backup plan for my persuasive essay was gun control. And I think that if criminals do not have money when they're selling their drugs, that they will not be able to purchase guns and stuff. And that'd be a great thing because who needs people robbing places when You can have a criminal just out of, like, criminals, a lot of criminals would just disappear. The benefit of taking money away from criminals allows our state to cut spending in areas to try to enforce it. So police won't just be, walking around trying to find drugs and marijuana. 90% of police, 90% of police is cut down, they crack down on marijuana laws. 90% of them, they try to find the people trying to smell marijuana, when if it was legal, they could do, upon other things, crack down on heroin and other drugs. There would be a reduction of undercover police work. That speaks for itself. A reduction of China courts prosecuting those who use marijuana. Money is saved because there is less for need. There's a less need of public defenders, which could cut costs of putting someone in jail in the first place. That basically, Now I have showed you can save money with legalizing marijuana by putting our police and courts to better use. Here's an easy way they can tax, and they can alcohol and cigarettes. As I pointed out earlier, marijuana is estimated at a $1.5 billion market. Can you imagine how big the industry would be if it was legal? Everyone keeps talking about marijuana being dangerous, yet the two most dangerous drugs out there are cigarettes and alcohol. Why would these two drugs be legal if it's been proven they harm people more than marijuana does? Alcohol being the biggest, and cigarettes gives you lung cancer, gives you a bunch of different disorders. You'd be having on medical marijuana if you did that. So why the prohibition on marijuana when it's not shown to be more dangerous on either of them? In conclusion, actually, I got one more thing to talk to you about. There's other drugs such as opiates and other things, they actually harm people. They actually get addicted to them, and with marijuana, medical marijuana, doctors have proven that there's a less likely chance of being addicted to a drug, such as marijuana, than those painkillers, which people are always being addicted to and always finding a market and selling them illegally. If marijuana is legal, it's not going to be sold illegally. It's going to be sold legally by the government, and it's taxed, meaning the government will make a lot more money off of it, which is really weird to me, because if this is the case, then I don't know why the government hasn't done it already. Basically, I think there are 2 states right now that actually have approved of last year marijuana. It is legal in the state of Washington and Colorado. The third other state that already had a vote, it lost by 4%. In the state of Colorado 2 years ago, it lost 52 to 48%. So in conclusion, medical marijuana would be a great investment for this country to legalize. Basically, it's not only a drug that people sell legally, it's a drug that can actually help people suffering from medical conditions, and they can improve lives, because if they're suffering and they got cancer, I know my friend just recently passed away, but he suffered from a condition called rhabdomyosarcoma, which is cancer behind the eye, and he was eligible for the medical marijuana pills and the plant, and he found it a great way to relieve stress and all that stuff, and it helped the pain go down and stuff for him. And basically, in my conclusion, look at the facts, look at the numbers. Numbers never lie. Marijuana would be such a great help for a lot of people, and it's just not it. And that's my report on marijuana and why it should be legalized. Thank you.